Coming up on 21st and Prime, it's school days at Jackson State University. The GOAT, Jerry Rice, he stops by, and are we getting revenge? Is Floyd getting revenge?
Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to 21st in Prime with my co-host, who's the most, Jamie Dewes. Let's cut through the chase. Let's get right to it. Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul. They say they're fighting in an exhibition.
Wait, hang on. This is your fault.
What?
It's your fault.
What?
You were the one. Who's next? Who's next? Who's gonna do it?
I ain't
next?
thinking Floyd was next.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, I ain't think Floyd was next.
I didn't.
Okay, so how do you think it went down? Do you think Floyd at the crib saying, that dude is real marketable. I could make some money with that.
Yeah.
That's how it went
That's
down?
exactly what he said.
Or you think that
No, you stop right
Logan
there.
Paul say, I want Floyd next.
No. I think just what you said. I think it came down to, again, he's not going back to mess with that 50. Not that this guy would be a problem with that 50-0. Because 50-0 is 50-0. 50-0 going to stand the test of time with Floyd Mayweather. But how do I reinvent myself? How do I make another 200 or 300 million?
I heard him say, okay, I'm not going back to risk boxing another boxer.
Right.
As if this guy's not a boxer. But
He's not.
because these guys are younger.
He's not.
So, but I'm going back to do an exhibition. So he pretty much feels like this ain't going to fade him.
Well, it's not going to fail me because you're talking about the best fighter. Some would say maybe ever. And
This
then some
kid
dude
don't
who's
know
gonna
no
fail.
better. He's going
Right.
to try to knock him out.
No,
This is a new generation kid, man. He's not a kid, he's a grown man. Logan Paul lives for this.
But it's Logan and Jake. There's a difference now. It's okay. So there's a difference between the brothers. And the other part of this is this. This is, again, the guy we're talking about is the best defensive fighter for sure boxing has ever seen. He's not going to touch. He won't be touching Floyd. He won't touch Floyd.
I disagree.
Okay.
First of all, Floyd normally fights somebody that's 100 and what? What is Floyd?
That's it. Stop right there at 100.
50?
Right at 100.
No.
Right at 100.
Well, 150. Logan Paul is much heavier.
That's why
He's
won't.
not going to trim down to fight. So I want to understand first the legitimacy. Is there a deal like, okay, now stay off my face, stay off my head, because I'm going to make sure you make 10, 15, 25 mil off this to Logan. Because Floyd
He's going to make that anyway.
Floyd, no, he's not.
He is, and
No,
Floyd's
he's
going to
not.
make 200 million.
Yeah, I
And
understand,
and
but
he's going to make
not.
10 million,
Logan's
and
not-
Floyd's going to make 200
but
million.
Logan's not going to make that without the likes of someone like
Correct.
Floyd in the ring.
Correct.
So Floyd is going to expedite. It's going to be like fighting 3 fights into
But
his
see,
one.
I think what I see.
What he was making 3 fights, he's going to make it one with Floyd. But is there a side deal that says you can't touch the face
I
now?
don't think so. Because, again, I don't believe that Paul can touch Floyd.
That's a lie.
I hear what you're saying. I
Not
mean,
at this age.
he can grab him.
Not at this age.
Man,
Not
I
at
don't
this
believe.
age.
Man, watch what happens.
Not at this age.
Floyd, here's what Floyd. Okay, now we can put a little Pepsi on this. We can put a little Pepsi.
Even
on
a
this.
fool hit a
Yep.
jump every once in a while on the basketball
No,
court.
he can swing.
Even a fool hit a little jump. Even Shaq can hit a 3 every once in a while. Even Shaq can hit a 3.
There is no chance that Floyd is number 1 in harm's way with this guy. Period. Because he can't touch him. Floyd is too fast. He's too defensive. He moves around too well.
You're talking about
The fight itself.
a young Floyd.
I'm talking about any Floyd.
No.
He's the most calculated. What did you tell me?
No.
This
Floyd
what you
is the
said.
greatest.
No, but hang on. What
let's
did you
get this-
say about? What did you say about
I take
me?
that back. Muhammad Ali is the greatest.
You just said this last week.
Okay.
I am not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to lose.
True.
Floyd, I promise you, is not going to put himself in a position where not lose the title.
No.
Okay.
This kid is going to try to drop him unless there's a deal cut.
No. I think he's going to try to drop. I agree.
He's
with
going
you.
to try to drop him
I don't think
unless there's a deal cut.
I don't think he can.
Now, a guy
touch
like
him.
Antonio Tarver,
That'd be a different animal.
Now-
That's
now I
where the
wanna
deal
see
gets
that.
cut.
Now I
That's where the
wanna
deal gets
No,
cut.
ain't no deal getting cut.
No. That's where the deal
Tarver
would
would
get
try
cut.
to knock him out.
He would.
Okay, is Floyd going to try to knock him out?
No.
He's just going to try to.
I think Floyd's going to put them numbers on.
How many rounds is this mess?
I think it goes a whole distance.
How
Unless
many
he wears the
rounds
body
is
out.
this mess, though?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know yet. There's just I saw the announcement. But what I see Floyd doing is doing what Floyd always has done.
But
Floyd puts them numbers
but Floyd
on you.
Yeah, but Floyd is still in there for us. What I
Now,
mean
see,
by
I'm glad you said that for us.
Floyd is in
Why-
there for us
Why?
because
Why does-
everybody feels like Nate Robinson needs to be revenged.
But why?
Why you think?
But what? That's the question. Why does there have to be revenge?
If you
Why-
slap my mama like that, I gotta get you. I gotta get you. I gotta get
But
you.
if that was Floyd and Tarver, or Floyd and one of your boys, or one of the twins, we wouldn't be looking for revenge. Why are we looking for revenge? Is what I'm
Because
trying to
Nate
say.
is not a boxer, and Logan Paul
Is
proved
that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
What else you trying to say? So
You
you don't
don't-
think it has a racial component at all? Y'all want
It- it's-
revenge.
no,
Why
no,
y'all
ain't
want
no- ain't no
revenge?
y'all, ain't no
I'm
y'all.
just saying.
Ain't
Why
no-
we got?
forget-
Oh,
let me
no,
tell you
there's some
something.
y'all out there.
Let me tell you something. If this was what's the kid who is the head coach now of the Knicks? The Nets. I'm sorry, the Nets.
You're talking
The
about
basketball player.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
It's Steve Nash. I'm just trying to get a basketball player, short,
A white guy,
dude. Yeah.
correct.
If Steve
Okay,
Nash
white,
would have
white.
got slept like that, I would have said the same thing. So it's not racial.
Some people are looking at it more like black or white revenge. Why we got to look at it like revenge?
Some people do.
Okay.
But even if it was
Okay.
Steve Nash,
Okay.
I'm talking about on the injustice of an athlete getting knocked out, not a
Okay.
boxer.
All right.
That's the revenge I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the other revenge you talk about. I don't know what you on today. But back to the story at hand.
Yes.
That has to be a deal cut because this kid is going to try his best to knock Floyd out. You don't think he's a real sensation just by getting in the ring with Floyd? That's
okay.
another
Let
level.
me-
but if he knocks Floyd out
me
that
give
has
you-
never been done, you don't think
Let me
he
give
wants to
you
do
an-
what has never been done?
Let me give you an analogy. I don't think he's capable of because he'd be a professional boxer.
Anybody's capable of being knocked out.
No, well, sure. If he stands there and lets him hit him,
Buster
right here.
Douglas knocked Tyson out.
But
Who
Buster
seen that coming?
Buster Douglas was a professional boxer. He was a professional.
This
guy,
dude is a fighter.
He's
You ain't see all of a sudden after he knocked Nate Robinson out, they released
but
all
we
these
talking
other
about- we
videos
talking
of
about
his
the brother.
knockout.
We talking about the
Dude,
brother
he got
now.
more hits
We
than
talking about
Isaac.
the brother.
He had more hits than Isaac brothers. From what I seen.
Here's what I know
He
about
had more
Floyd
hits.
Mayweather.
Floyd is the greatest.
But he's specifically in one category. He's the greatest in is being nobody ever hit Floyd. That was one of the problems.
This
the best
ain't normal, dog.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's slower.
This ain't
He's
normal.
He's slower.
It's not in the same weight division either.
Because he's slower. Floyd is not going. It's going to be like this to Floyd. That's what it's going
Jamie,
to look like to Floyd.
I just hope it's a deal cut.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I hope it's a deal cut that I'm gonna get in here. You're gonna make a ton of money. You hit me in my face. We're gonna have some problems.
No, Floyd.
I just hope it's a deal cut.
Because
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Floyd risk that 50.
I don't think you.
This kid.
Understand? I know you understand. Floyd. I mean, and you're a boxing fan.
Yes, I am.
This is like some.
I understand what you're saying.
That'd be like somebody trying to come up and
What
play
if?
against you, some high school dude.
What if everybody got shot?
Well, what if?
When you put gloves on and get in that box, everybody
Of
got shot.
course.
Everybody got shot.
Then he gets to rematch another
Everybody
200
got
million.
shot.
You know, Dion, we always have people, Pepsi's been great to us both. We got several Pepsi wages. I'm a Mountain Dew kind of a guy, I got to tell you that. But we tell people to go to madeforwatchingfootball.com. I think with this whole Floyd and Paul situation, we might be doing some made for watching. Because remember, Pepsi goes with everything. You could have Pepsi after church. You could have Pepsi before church. You could have Pepsi in the morning to wake you up, get you going during the day. But we do want you to log on to madeforwatchingfootball.com. That's madeforwatchingfootball.com. And check out some of the interesting and amazing promotions that Pepsi has. They have things going all the time. It seems like every time I turn around, Pepsi's talking about some of the wonderful stuff they're doing. So we want you to log on to madeforwatchingfootball.com. That's madeforwatchingfootball.com. And we're going to talk to him about that made for watching boxing because I think this Mayweather thing's going to be a really big deal.
Let's talk about the word peace.
You created, just so you guys know, we do this all day.
Long.
Whether you're in there or not,
Whether there's a camera or not.
let y'all have a few minutes of our time when we're together. These are the kind of things we talk about. Among those things is something that we've been talking about for over 30 years is the words peace.
Peace.
The book you said you were going to write was, and we're both authors, by the way. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. I just want my peace.
Lord, I just want my peace. E-A-I-E. E-A-I-E. There's two different pieces that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know which one you want. I'm talking to you. Which one you want? See, I want my EA.
EA. EA Sports or EA?
Once upon a time, I wanted my IE. But as I grew and became more mature, I started to understand if I don't have my EA, I'm not going to be able to enjoy my IE.
Now you got to go all the way back and start from the beginning. The EA is peace, as in
serenity, calmness, assuredness, faith, confidence. Just no matter what transpires, everything's going to be all right.
Coming up later on, we're going to talk to the GOAT, another GOAT, Jerry Rice. One of the questions I want to hear from him, is, about his piece as a player. Because, Jerry didn't quite,
He didn't enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Jerry enjoyed the ride.
Yeah. I mean, he did.
He's a heck of a ride.
He's still riding.
Still right. But when we played, I don't think he enjoyed it because he was chasing the IE.
Now let's talk about the IE. Peace, things, monetary.
That's the IE.
Yeah. The IE. You want
followers, likes. Followers. I said that.
Before we go to break, because we're going to talk to Jerry Rice next, coming up here on the Chevy Silverado, I like to call it the play of the day. Jerry Rice is going to join us momentarily. Where are people today? Because the word
it depends on how old you are.
Well, just in what you're seeing, you're a coach now, so you're dealing with people in real time.
They
You're dealing
want
with
their
young
IE.
people. You're dealing with young people.
They want their IE.
So right now,
The majority, I would say, 75% of people want the IE.
the IE,
Because they think the IE is going to give them the EA.
and 75% of them need to understand it's really the EA.
It's the EA that's going to constitutionally, if that's a word, I like the way it sounded though, give you the other.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to the GOAT. Jerry
Which one
Rice
you
joins the offensive GOAT.
Which one you want?
I want them both.
Well, you can have them both. Which one you want now? First.
Oh, the EA is critical.
Yeah, people need to know that.
Well-
It's like you was on the fence there.
Well, no. I just operate from the assumption, again, you and I have so many conversations, and I kind of went past.
They want
Okay,
to
so
know where you said.
where I said it's real clear. I think it's clear. We stand in the same place. The peace of mind, personally, from a family perspective, again, both of us divorced twice.
But you some folks over there saying, well, you give me a couple meals, I have my IE and EA.
No, it don't.
But
because
that's what they say.
Because it doesn't.
They say
work.
it's easy for you to say, Prime, you got this,
No,
you got that,
no.
you got this. That's what they say.
Because they don't want to see it. Obviously, they're not biblical people. Because if they knew the Bible, they would say, no matter what you got, life happens. Life happens. And so for me, what I've learned is, because the IE, we can always get the IE. I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities to earn
Everybody
money.
ain't built like that, though, dog. Everybody ain't built like that. Most of America thinks that if they get the IE, here comes the EA. Just give me the money. You talking about Joe P.
Well-
give me the money, and I have me some peace. Give me the. This is what they say. Give me the money, I go buy me some peace.
They say that.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth said something. He said one time, they said, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a Rolls Royce that you can pull up right next to happiness. The problem is,
They say money can't buy you love, but it can give you a whole lot of options.
it can give you a whole lot of options. But the problem still is, and this is again where they have not been.
Come on.
So in other words, with the IE, we've all learned the lesson, going back to what Bo Jackson said, Steve Harvey said, some of the other people on the show have been on the show have said, that's when the questions come. That's when the piece really the EA gets interrupted, because family calls, relationships call, life calls, things happen.
If you don't have the EA, I'm here to tell you, you can't enjoy the IE.
There's no question. There is no question. And I think that's one of the things that, people, but it's the paradox. people can't understand it because their mind is set on the IE.
The stuff.
Everybody.
Because we've been conditioned. Every time we watch something on television, you're trying to sell.
Well,
me
yeah,
something.
but you need the stuff. You in your mind, because you can't get where you want to be. Just like going back to the we was talking about when we was talking with
The
Chris
Bible
Reed.
says money is the answer to
Answer
all
things.
Things now.
Things.
You gotta get this straight.
That's correct. Things.
Things.
Okay. But at the same time, and think about what you said. You enjoy the younger adolescent years, but when you got the IE, you really enjoyed life. So, in my opinion,
Are you saying that wrong? I think you said that wrong.
No, I'm saying no. When we were talking to Chris Reed from Kid and Play, we had the conversation that led up to, and he was saying when we had nothing, we were this, we were that, and we had a good time. But you also mentioned when you got that IE.
We had all right time. I said we had all right
right.
time.
But when you got that IE,
right,
you did some things with it. And I'm saying the IE gives you the ability to do things with it. However, the IE pushes you in some cases further away from the EA.
True.
And that's the point.
I like that.
That's the point, is that the IE can push you away because, one, it introduces family and other detractions that basically are going after your IE. Mm-hmm. There's a book right there. Let me have my own IE, but that's a whole other story. But the problem is because of that, in a lot of cases, it's hard to find the EA because you have the IE.
Say it loud. We're going to rest right there.
When we come back, Jerry Rice, the legend, in the house. Coming up on the Chevy Silverado play of the day, we get to talk to the GOAT. That's right, Jerry Rice, the legend. He's going to be in the house joining us. You know, the thing I love about Chevy Silverado is that, this truck is a special truck. You can dress it up or you can get to work. I mean, because think about all the uses. You start talking about tailgating or hauling, that means you could also, haul that new big screen you just got. You can put that in the back of the truck and do your thing with that. Towing, Dion, you got that big old boat that you can be towing down here to Jackson and all those other things. And so there's a ton of stuff. Off-road, man, rocking and rolling, doing your thing here and there. Moving day. Pack some stuff up in the back. You got to do things you got to do. Also, when you think about Chevy Silverado, is that the thing that it does, and what I love about it, is that, it's a good-looking vehicle. So when you're looking for that right vehicle to do what you need to do, all kinds of different things, we want you to check out our friends at Chevy Silverado. Coming up next, the legend, the GOAT, Jerry Rice.
There you go. There you go. There he goes.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
why is it when I see your face, I just start smiling, man? Like you,
Hey, man, you know what?
you
Hey,
do that to
Brian,
me, man. You
it's
used,
always good to see you.
well, see, I
it's
used to
always
get
good to
mad when I saw you because I had to deal with you. I had to face you. But now when I see you, I smile. Maybe because all that's over.
I think so. I think that's really what it is, because I'm so excited about this today. Just be able to talk to you again. And, it's like a little bit more relaxed. It's not on the football field. We're not about to do battle or anything like that, because you know me, Brian.
I know you.
Hey,
Hey,
when it was time to do battle,
you know what everybody asks me? How did you feel that when you extended your hand and Jerry wouldn't shake your hand before the game? That's what everybody asks me. Answer that. It's an iconic picture out there that right before the first play, I'm playing for Atlanta, and I reach out to shake your hand.
Video. It's not a picture. It's video.
Well, it's video.
It's video.
But Jerry wasn't having it.
what are you talking about? Why you wanted to shake my hand? We about to do battle?
That's what
you
boxers
talking
do.
about, man?
That's what boxers
Hey,
do. Boxers touch
we
gloves
can-
before they fight.
Hey, Prime, we can shake hands after the game.
No, I ain't want to shake your hand after
do
no game.
whatever. We
You
can go out for a drink. I
no.
can buy you dinner or something
No.
like that. Right,
We ain't
right.
shaking hands. We ain't shaking hands after no
no.
game. You got 100 yards. I'm not shaking your hand. I'm not doing that. I don't.
But slow down. Walk through, Jerry, the mentality of that, and the battle. Here it is. You got the GOAT hat on. It's GOAT on GOAT. Here we are. What was that thought process like every single week?
Oh, man, you're going up against the best. That's it. That's what you live for, man. All week long, I remember doing practice, paying attention to detail, just the little things, because I knew this guy. Man, I was like, man, I couldn't sleep the night before. It was like, it was all about prime time and going up against the best and getting yourself ready, knowing that there's going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows. Then you fight through that no matter what. He's gonna win some battles. I'm gonna win some battles.
Yeah, now I need 30 years removed scouting report, actual scouting report. Dion left his left foot up. He left his chin strap out.
I told Jerry this 2 years ago. Jerry said, "No, that's not true." I said, "Jerry, now when you broke to the huddle and went to your left, and you put the outside foot up, you know you were running the slant, right?" No, I wasn't. He was still competitive. Like he was still locked in.
Hey, Prime, because my thing is, hey, look, I had to be smart too.
Yeah.
I knew that you guys would study certain techniques. And it's like, I would try to keep everything the same. You remember like a run play? You remember I used to sprint like 60 or 80 yards downfield?
Wide open.
And you would say, hey, man, why are you doing that? Then you remember also, it's like, hey, I got to tell this one. Yeah. This is a good one because I was blocking you, and you said something about Jerry. You don't have to block me. I'm not gonna get in there and
run me off. Just run me off. Just run me off. I ain't trying to get in there no way. Let me tell you what wrinkle he did. I studied this joker so much, and like Jerry, I couldn't sleep. If you would have seen the sheets on my bed when I got ready to play against him, you'd have thought something else was going on in the room. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good night's sleep. Wasn't no sheets on the bed. We was playing in Atlanta. Nowhere on the film did Jerry run a stutter comeback. Nowhere. That joker went, stuttered me, burst me 10, and set it down. I'm still going for the 9. Ain't no way anywhere. Jerry, you know better than that. And then another time when we were practicing, our best battles at practice in San Francisco.
Oh my God.
Jerry ran. Wow. I don't know what he ran to this day. I said, Jerry, you know darn well that wasn't the route. Yes, it was. It was like a post on a post, and he went to work. But, man, let me tell you something. Getting ready to play this joker here, man, you had to have your game because he was a steward of the game. Every route looked like a 9. It looked like a go.
Yeah.
It like he was just trying to go to the house. And he's one of the few players with Randy Moss that can score from anywhere on the field. And that presented the problem. And you know the ball coming to him 10 times.
and Prime, I remember one in San Francisco. I think it threw me like a bubble screen or something out, and I was able to break it all the way back across field, and I was headed for the end zone. And all of a sudden, I saw you coming out of the corner of my eye. I said, "Oh my God!" I don't know how I got that extra gear to get into that end zone, but Dion was the type of player he would just walk you down. It was almost like he was a raptor on the football field, something like that. And it's like you're running. It's almost like you're standing still, and this guy is just chewing up ground, and he's gonna make that tackle. He's gonna run you down and do all those things. And that was something that gave me that little extra burst of speed where I was able to get into the end zone because I knew that guy could run you down. He was the fastest on the football field, but also Dion. When you first came in, you were a little raw, but then you worked on your technique and you got so much better. Yeah. So it was frustrating to me because when we did battle, if the ball was not on time, Dion would intercept the ball and the ball would go in the other direction. So everything had to, really come into play. It had to be precise, and that ball had to be on time because this dude was so fast.
Hey, I always appreciate it because Jerry was the GOAT, and you had to get up to play against it. But until I played with him to understand how serious it was, how on point, on time, how precise and concise, and he was a steward of the game. But the way he practiced, like Mike Irvin practiced like a dog. Jerry Rice practiced like a dog. I've heard stories of others, but I would put those two up against anyone I've ever seen in my life. The way they went about practice, and everything was full speed with Jerry. You never know which route was a run play, which route was a pass play. It was full speed, but his commitment to excellence in San Francisco and that whole team with Steve and Harris Barton and the whole offensive line, the defense, the coordinators, that blessed me, man. That you guys gave me my first championship. My first Super Bowl, and I'm forever grateful. I'm forever
Shoot,
grateful.
man, when you talk about, I was just happy to have you on the team, man, where I didn't have to face you anymore. What are you talking about? I was able to really sleep again, brother.
What was practice like? We talk about it because, again, playing with him in Atlanta. But did you? I'll say it this way: did you expect the practice Dion to come before you actually saw the practice Dion? In other words, we know you always used to being the hardest working man in show business.
Yeah.
But did you expect that when he came and actually from a practice perspective?
Well, we already knew how talented this guy was and stuff like that. But now it was a certain standard that we had with the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
Would he buy into that? And Dion bought into it, because I remember those 101s during practice. Hey, brother.
Everybody would stop and watch that. Yeah.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
I mean, the other drills, the defensive linemen, all of those guys, they would sit back and watch 101s because they knew it was about to go down.
And it was the thinking man's game, too. It wasn't just physical. It was like, okay, if he gets outside release, he's only down to a couple routes. It was a thinking man's game. Like when Jerry came out there, he knew, okay, now I got to think how I get off. Then I knew, okay, I got to make sure I force him to the outside. Like it wasn't just one-on-one. And we know everybody was watching, and everybody got a reputation. This is Jerry's team, and I'm prime. Let's go. So one-on-ones, the games were easy.
Yeah.
The games were easy because I had to deal with that. And John Taylor had practice, so the games were easy. The games were, and I dealt with a young Eddie McCaffrey for the most part. Yeah, a young Eddie McCaffrey, man. Yeah, but that epic, man. I what this man meant to my career, and I'm humbly saying this. They got me my first championship and really validated and legitimized me. That's the God understood.
Yeah.
That's the God
But then
understood.
you jump up and you go to Dallas.
Y'all ain't like y'all offered me a contract.
Well, let's not go to Dallas yet. We're going to get to Dallas in a
Ain't like
minute.
they offered me a contract.
Let's stay in San Francisco for just a second longer. And what surprised you most about that team? Dion has said, and we've had this conversation, that team was the best team he's ever played.
That was the best team I ever played on.
Offense, defense, and I guess special teams.
Yeah, I think with the players that we had, then to bring a guy in that's like that shutdown corner, that was that last little missing piece that we needed. And once we got that, man, it's like, oh my God, it's like it was all about the show then. Yeah. Because once we took it to the field, I mean, we had so many teams already beat doing warm-ups.
Right.
Because they're watching us warm up and they're like, we don't have a chance today. But all the players that we had on that team and just the commitment and we wanted to win, and we wanted to win in a very special way. We wanted it to be flamboyant. Right. We wanted to make a statement. It's like those Sunday night games, those Monday night games, those playoffs, those Super Bowls. It's time to go, brother. Yeah. And I knew just watching this guy, I knew he would always do something special on the football field. So because if he intercepted the ball, that was 6. He was going to drop 6 on you. Nobody going to catch him.
One of my first games, I think early on, we played against the Rams, I believe. And, I was just learning there. It ain't like it was a system to learn. I got my man. Everybody did with the rest. But Jerry made a catch that game. And I was on defense. I'm like, dang, like, it's real. Like, nah, he's on my team doing this bull junk. He ain't doing it against me. He's on my team doing this. And that was the first time it clicked in, like, man, I'm a 49er now. Like, he's on my team doing this. And just all those guys, I think from that team alone, what we had 4 Hall of Famers from that team alone right now, 5. Because Ricky Jackson was on that team.
Ricky Jackson, it was just, the list just went on and on. And these guys showed up every day.
Richard Dent was on that team.
Yes.
Yeah. And Steve, I think that's 4 right there.
So we had ballers like crazy, man.
Speaking of that, we were talking last week, and one of the topics, somehow it came up talking about you specifically and how, it's more like choosy lover. How do you choose your lover between Steve and Joe?
Yeah, that's
when
a
you
good
talk
one,
about working. I mean,
that's a good
you
one.
have worked with, because
That's a good one,
part
yeah.
of the consistency, because, Dion will tell you that I've said it before. In my opinion, you are the greatest football player, period, ever to play. Has
You
nothing
just
to do
gonna
with
say that with
ability.
me sitting right here?
But I'm gonna say it right
You
there.
gonna- can you at least let me leave?
Because you don't have the touches.
Can you at least let me leave?
But you also
You gonna say
don't-
that with me
you
sitting
don't
right
have-
here?
You don't have the
Let me
touches.
walk out the room before you say that.
No, because we keep.
That's really disrespectful.
Because he's got
That's
the touches.
really disrespectful.
200 touches, 200 TDs,
Okay.
not touches.
I'm gonna let you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's disrespectful.
And so, but what he said to me was, part of it had to do with the fact that you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks to work with. What is
Right.
that like having 2 side chicks?
Right. You remember though, I had Jeff Kemp. I had a lot of young guys. My thing is, it's like I sort of would always put everything on the back burner. Everything that I learned with Joe, I had to put that on the back burner to make Steve Young a better quarterback.
Right.
Certain guys can adapt, and it's all about making those guys better.
Slow down and talk
So,
about
yeah,
the ego.
yes.
No, slow down. Slow down.
So
slow down.
yes, I had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who they put behind center. I'm gonna make that person great.
Woo, see, that's the
Because
Jerry
what
Rice
I'm
I'm talking about.
because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring out his strengths. I'm gonna do what I have to do to make him better.
Yeah.
Even though, like, so many guys they looked at me and they said, "Oh my God, this is Jerry Rice." He doesn't have to change anything, or he doesn't have to do anything different. My thing was about doing things different. Jeff Garcia, same thing. Whoever they put behind center, I put everything on the back burner that I had learned to make that person better.
Did you ever doubt you, man? Because you got the GOAT hat on and you are the GOAT, but did you ever doubt you?
I doubted where I would fit in the NFL, because coming from Mississippi Valley State University, and I see that
That's
JSU
right.
Tigers
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah, that's
trying not
right.
to stare
That's
at it.
right.
I'm trying not to stare at it.
You should. They gonna stare at it a lot
Yeah.
from the back.
Hey, Prime, when I first came in, man, I went through some adversity because I was dropping footballs.
Wow.
I was a 16th player taken in the first round, and there was a big expectations and stuff like that. They traded with the New England Patriots to get down to that 16th spot. And that's where San Francisco picked me, because I thought I was going to be a Dallas Cowboy, which they had the 17th pick. So yeah, when I first came in, had some adversity. The fans got down on me. They started booing me. The media, they were saying bad things about me and all of that. And it just took me a while to adjust. And I fought through that adversity, but I had great players to help me get through that adversity.
Wow.
Montana, Ronnie Lott, Dwight Clark, all of these players. Then the greatest coach ever, Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh told me from day one, he said, "You're going to be great one day." And I was like, really? He said, "Yeah, you're going to be great. You're going to be great. Just keep working hard and be able to transfer that to, like, the game situation, to big games. And if you do that, you're going to be exceptional." So I just kept working.
You know what? See, we see this wonderful personality right now. We seen it Dancing with the Stars, GOAT. I mean, he's everything. Like, I wanted, honestly, selfishly, I don't think Jerry enjoyed it when he played. Like, this Jerry right here is a whole new Jerry, because Jerry was such, and this is telling the truth. He was such in work mode, in tough mode, in that dude mode, that he wasn't like this. But this is a whole new Jerry. I wish that Jerry was in the NFL with me, because you played your butt off, but I wanted to have some fun too when I played. Yeah,
Prime.
but do you ever think about that? Like, when you look back, like, man, I wish I would have just let up a little bit and had a little more fun.
Prime, I know, Florida State, man, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I came from Mississippi Valley State University, brother. A much smaller school, and the thing about that too, we didn't get as much recognition, so I was not ready for all of that.
Right.
It's just like when I got drafted, then I had to go fly to Oakland, California, because my agent, he was there. That was my first time ever flying.
Wow.
I really had to get acclimated to a lot of stuff, and yeah, you're probably right. I had a coach, Larry Kersey, to tell me later on that I really need to smell the roses.
That's right.
I never did.
No, you
never
did. You did.
You know, that's like Super Bowl 29. Super Bowl 29. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, between us, you know, what we did the week of Super Bowl 29,
Yeah.
what happened, everybody thought that we were going to go from blow to blow, you know, throw punches and stuff like that. But I knew I had the best defensive back on the team.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it, Jerry, I wasn't even late. The story is told where I wasn't even late. Like, I've never been late to nothing in my life, first of all. You know that. But Jerry was going off on the guys because a lot of the young guys were late. They missed curfew. And Jerry was going off. Hey, I put my neck on the line. I said, hey, y'all calm down. We all right. Y'all know the exact words, we gonna beat the brakes off the Chargers, man. Everybody chill. But Jerry's like, no, man. It was the truth. But the story is told where they thought I was late. I wasn't late.
Dion, you said they should have been talking about the Lamborghini that you had
I
brought.
said that's what they should have been worried about. The Lamborghini that I had delivered to me in the front of the hotel. Not that the guys. But see, that was Jerry's mentality. And I was there trying to have a good time and all, but he was so dialed in, man. He was so focused. But it came from having to work his butt off from an HBCU. And that's one of the reasons I'm here where we are right now at Jackson State to level the playing field. That's one of the reasons, man, to teach these youngsters, help them open up the windows and the doors for them so we can level the playing field. But that is wonderful perspective because he always felt like, hey, man, I can lose this at any time. I got to work.
Right, exactly.
I got to work.
Exactly.
And he took everything
and I
serious.
Congratulate you, man.
Thank you.
I want to congratulate you for becoming the coach of JSU.
Thank you.
You're going to do great things here, man. I was excited when I heard it. And I was like, it brought back memories of, now because we hadn't beat Jackson State in over 20 years. And I remember that night that I had at Jackson State, man. And Prime, I'm going to tell you something about that game. When we beat Jackson State, I think San Francisco, they were going to play the New Orleans Saints. And Bill Walsh noticed me running across the screen, just catching the ball, running away from everybody, and scoring touchdowns. So he goes back to the scouting department in San Francisco and say, hey, look, you know what? We got to look at this guy from Mississippi Valley State University, Jerry Rice. So that game pretty much got me drafted.
So you trying to say the way you killed Jackson State is the reason you are Jerry Rice? I'm not accepting that, Jerry. That's the way to take a subtle shot at us. I'm not doing that. I ain't playing with you right there, man. You're not gonna do us like that.
About the swag, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You know, as a kid, I had a coach to come out and talk to me from Mississippi Valley State University. I got letters from all the major schools, but I didn't have a coach to come out and talk to me face to face.
Wow.
He did, came out. I had a chance to look this guy in his eyes, shake his hand, and they said, we're going to do something special at Mississippi Valley State University. The ball is going to be in the air over 90% of the time.
Wow.
And I go to Mississippi Valley with two of my teammates from high school. Those guys decided to quit, but something told me to stay.
Wow.
And all through it, something just told me, you know what, stay here, Jerry, and finish this. And I was able to do that. And Prime, I never thought, man, that I would get drafted to the NFL. You know, I went to Mississippi Valley State for education, and now if anything else came after that, it was cool.
Wow.
But I get drafted to the greatest organization ever, and I'm sitting in the locker room, and I'm like this deer in the headlights because I'm looking at Montana. I'm looking at Dwight Clark. I'm looking at all these great players. And I'm saying to myself, man, Jerry, where are you going to fit in? And I said, you know, one thing that I do have, I have that work ethic. Yeah. I'm going to outwork you.
Yeah. You ain't never lied about that.
And that's something I took to the field because I remember catching, you know, as a rookie, a 5-yard slant, and I'd go 95 yards. Mm-hmm. So Dwight Clark and Joe Montana, like, what's up with this rookie? You know, he's going to make practice longer and longer, you know, by running finishing plays and going 95 yards But then my entire team started doing that. Now you got guys in position downfield ready to make blocks, and you're working together as one cohesive group. And that's really what made me special. I just outwork everybody. And, you know, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, man, Michael was a talker, man.
Yeah. We from Florida. Jerry, we from Florida.
I used to watch everything that Michael Irvin, Chris Carter, Andre Rison.
Yep.
I would look at their stats. I would look at their stats. If they had a big game, I was pissed off. If they outdid me, I was pissed off.
He's not lying. He's not lying either. He's not lying.
That's how we battled, and that's how we got better.
Were you afraid? And what I mean by that is, you know, afraid of success from the standpoint of the lifestyle. Because all the guys you mentioned, they were all the Showtime guys. Michael was big, Showtime. Dre, Showtime. Were you afraid of that?
Hey, Jerry was Showtime too. See, you trying to, Jerry ain't humble now.
No.
Jerry had the curl. Jerry had the towel in the back with Flash 80. See, y'all thinking Jerry was humble. No, I got criticized for being flamboyant. That joker there started that mess. Flash 80 on his back. He had Jerry, you had the curl. You had you had something up in there. You had Flash 80 on the back of the towel. Jerry, come on, man.
You know that Jerry,
you were dancing.
Man,
you remember when you scored?
Was yours dry?
Yeah,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I hope we put on the video when Jerry scored, he started cabbage patching. See, y'all forgetting that Jerry. I know that Jerry.
And man, you take me back to the movie, like, you know, Coming to America.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
You got that soul glow,
That
baby.
soul glow. Jerry had that juice up in there. Don't let Jerry fool you.
Oh, hey, back to your question. I was afraid of failure.
Okay.
That was the motivating factor for me. So that was that fire that kept lit, and I would never give in to, you know, that I had arrived. So it's just like what Dion said. You know, he said, well, you know, maybe I didn't really enjoy it like I needed to, but that was that thing that just kept pushing me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being afraid that I would fail, that I would let so many people down. You know, my family back in Mississippi Valley State University, my teammates. So that was always that fire burning in me. And I think that's the reason why I continue to work so hard.
Even at the darn Pro Bowl, let me tell you something. Guys like Jerry, I had to even ask him this. Jerry know darn well we didn't play. And I know he's upset with what he sees on the field at the Pro Bowl. Dude, my mentality was, if I go over here and practice in Hawaii and Jerry route me up at practice, see, he going to make a mental note of that he could get me in the game. I'm not doing that. That's the way we thought. I saw the receivers getting an argument at the Pro Bowl about the distribution of that ball. Jerry ain't play about that ball. Mike ain't play about that ball. Andre Rison ain't play about that ball. Chris Carter. They did not play about the distribution, and all of them wanted their quarterback. Okay, I just wait till my quarterback go in. Steve going to throw me this ball. Well, I just wait till Troy Aikman to get in. He's going to throw me this ball. They didn't play. It was so darn competitive because they were trying to kill them DBs over there because it was a mental edge.
Yeah, and Prime, the thing is, and when you got those guys around you, you want to show those guys.
That's
you want
right.
to show those guys what you're about.
That's right.
You know, like the Andre Rison, the Chris Carters,
Yeah.
you know, Michael Irvin and stuff like that. It was on, man. I'm serious.
It was on. At practice at the Pro Bowl. At practice, it was on.
The Pro Bowl, you know, the Pro Bowl, it was on too. It was on because I only had one speed,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 100%.
Right.
And every route that I ran, every ball I caught, and going into the Pro Bowl, you know, it's about guys just having fun and you know, every now and then just showcasing, you know, making plays or, you know, to win the game or something like that.
Yeah.
It meant everything to me. It
we
was
didn't play
like a
though.
regular season
But
game.
we weren't playing. Like, Jamie, I'm serious. We wasn't playing over at the Pro Bowl. We was trying to let everybody know it's real now. What you heard, what you saw, it's real. And I remember one of the guys, after I played with Jerry went over there, did his thing at the Pro Bowl, practice full speed. They say, man, why are you trying to show out? I said, no. Jerry ain't trying to show out at practice. That's the way he practices. I'm letting you know. That's how he gets down. So you better be right.
Hey, Prime, what do you think about the Pro Bowl now, though?
Man, dude, I threw some at the TV every year. I threw some at the TV. And you going to pay them? They should be paying them.
But
The players should be paying
where
the
did the
NFL.
shift happen, though? That's the thing I don't
The
understand.
shift happened with men. It happened with men just not respecting the game. I don't know what year it was, but we had something to prove. Like, it was a proud moment to be at the Pro Bowl. Now the backup, who backs up the backup, he gets nominated to the Pro Bowl.
Hey, I'm like, now, I'm saying to myself, I remember, boy, when I got selected for the Pro Bowl, it was big.
It was on.
It was big. And I said, oh, my God, now I get a chance to go represent my teammates, my peers and stuff like that. I was excited about that.
Yeah.
It's totally different,
Totally
now,
different
man.
now, man.
It's a new generation of guys.
And we was playing for the check. We was playing for the check. See, at the end of the game, we done brought mom and them. We done brought our wives or whoever. We done brought everybody. We done brought
wives and whoever.
No, I said or. I said or whoever.
I said some.
And.
I didn't say y'all. I said somebody else bought wives and whoever.
Yeah, I may have done that once.
Hey,
But
we don't
anyway.
even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hey,
we don't know what you're talking about. Back to the story. But we were playing to pay the bill because
towards the end, Brian, it got a little serious.
It got serious because
now
everybody
you
was thinking about how much
break
that bill
even,
cost. Let me see. I ordered $100 lunch, so it's $100 a hit. So the bill for the Pro Bowl, you had to win to break even.
Yeah.
If not, you down $20,000 by going to Hawaii.
Jared, before we get out of here and let you go, appreciate your
Yeah.
time. What is Coach Prime getting at Jackson State and the SWAC?
Love the swag.
And what can he expect that he doesn't know?
I think it's what Jackson State is getting. I mean, one of the best defensive backs to ever play the game. And he's going to bring that, to Jackson State University. I mean, not only just a great player, but just a great individual and very smart and intelligent. So, like when I heard about this hiring, man, I said, oh my God. I said, this is great for the SWAC because they get in just a great individual, great player, and he's going to be able to relate to those players. And those players gonna, when you got someone that great, they're going to follow. And that's really what it's all about. It opens up the door for recruiting. Yes, now, it's all of a sudden you're going to see these players say, hey, Dion Sanders is at Jackson State University, SWAC. I want to go there. Then it's only going to get better. So, yeah, man. So the SWAC to me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. It was able to open so many doors for me. I wouldn't go back and change anything. Oh. It was meant for me to go to Mississippi Valley State University. Mm-hmm. It was meant for me to be a Delta Devil. Wow. And I feel like, they have the right guy that's going to represent the Tigers. And Prime, my brother played at Jackson State University. He was a center. And at that time they ran like the wishbone. They ran the ball the majority of the time. So my brother was like, do not come to Jackson State University because as a receiver, you're gonna get lost in that process. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went to Mississippi Valley State. And my brother's deceased now, but I remember that going to some of those games and being on that campus, and it's just something. It's something special. Yes. About being at a HBCU school. And I'm looking for great things from you, Prime. Man, I think you're going to do well there.
Jared, tell us about the GOAT for you because the GOAT sent me a whole box and a package.
Man, I'm telling awesome. You, hey, Prime, right now, man, we are about to take it to a whole different level, man. GNC stores, over 600 stores. Wow. I got about 300 stores in Mississippi, Mitchell Company. Then I'm doing a lot of great things on e-commerce, then GoPuff. And my thing is, if I had that, what I have in my drink, cordyceps mushrooms, I probably would have beat up on you just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because, brother, I'm telling you, brother, I'm serious. I mean, you try this drink, man. it's a mindset thing, but throughout my career, it always been about health. Zero sugar, 15 calories, 200 milligrams of caffeine. Those cordyceps mushrooms. I got four flavors.
Jerry knows stuff.
And I just want people to go out and get that clean energy. It's none of that crap or anything like that. I'm not out to compete with all these other drink, Monster, Red Bull, and Rockstar, all of them. It's all about being healthy. And the thing about this too, man, we coming out of this pandemic.
Yes.
People gonna watch everything they put in their bodies now.
That's right.
And just go to GoFuel.com. You can order it, or you can go to a GNC store, select the store, and it's gonna be easier to purchase now. But you guys are all goats.
Yep.
During this pandemic, the frontline workers, they're goats.
Yes.
And whatever profession you in, I didn't want this just to be for athletes. It's about whatever profession you in. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. It's a family business.
Awesome, man.
My daughter is the CEO.
Wow.
And she's doing a fantastic job. And Prime, this is how serious it is. Her boyfriend, he's a creative design person. So we started this as a family thing, and we having a great time. We opening a lot of doors, and I really appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity just to rehash some old memories.
Oh, we love it, man. Every time I see you, I smile, man. I'm serious. You bring that out of me. I'm proud of you, man, because you really embody and you live this business. I remember you sent me a wonderful, beautiful, tasty care package, and I consumed it, and I love it. But you are truly the GOAT.
You are the GOAT.
I posted that today, right? I posted that on my page, man.
Yeah.
Because people like you, man, it's like you guys give us opportunities as a Black-owned business and stuff like that. For you to do that and for you to post that on your page, man, and everybody thought that we had problems and stuff like that. It was a lot of respect.
Always.
And it was the best against the best. And
Always.
it's something I'll never forget.
You got my first ring, baby.
But
Please.
he got the touches though, and I was with you until there's the touches. It's all the touches.
Me and Jamie gonna talk about some.
It's all the touches.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He gonna say that. He gonna say that while I'm sitting right
he got
here.
80-something more touchdowns
Anyway,
than Lynn Swan and
hey,
people
man.
like that. I mean, what you do with that?
I
What
love
do
you what
with
you're
that?
doing with the
We're gonna go.
family.
I'm
I
sorry.
love what you're doing with everybody, man. Keep on doing what you're
Thank
doing.
you, man.
And I need a GOAT hat.
man, you got
I
it.
need a GOAT hat, please. Okay?
Oh, it's done. It's in the mail, man.
Got you, baby. God bless you, Jerry.
Hey, man. Love you guys, man.
Love you, man. Dion, I want to tell you about our friends at Black Rifle Coffee. Really not tell you because, we have been able to experience the wonders of Black Rifle Coffee. But I want to tell our listeners and our viewers just some of the amazing things. First of all, Black Rifle Coffee was founded by Evan Hafer and Matt Best. And these are soldiers. These are men who have served this country. And they're doing some very, very special things along with making some amazingly tasty coffee. By the way, Black Rifle, you're undefeated. Anybody that has sampled, that coffee has said, "Oh my gosh, such an amazing, tasty coffee." But Black Rifle has donated over 45,000 pounds of coffee and over 1 million cups of coffee to soldiers deployed overseas. When you start talking about our first responders, because we've had other things other than COVID go on. And, when you look at the firefighters and those folks who have been out there and doing some of the amazing things that they're doing to save and hopefully preserve this country. And we just want to give all the credit in the world to our friends at Black Rifle Coffee, because again, here we are in tough times, and for the things that they're doing for soldiers, really want to tip our hat to. But also, I want to talk to you about the Black Rifle Coffee Club. Now, this club here, by the way, sign up today, pick your favorite coffee roast, set up how often you want to get your shipments of America's favorite coffee. And here's what we want to do. We got a special promotion for you right now. So go to blackriflecoffee.com. That's blackriflecoffee.com. Use the promotional code PRIMETIME, 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 and we're going to give you 20% off. That's right, 20% off. So log on to blackriflecoffee.com, put in the promotional code PRIMETIME, and get your 20% off. And that also includes getting you 20% off your apparel as well. So what we want you to do is while you're drinking that coffee, we want you to think about all the lives that have been changed and are being helped because our friends at Black Rifle Coffee are doing some great things. That's blackriflecoffee.com blackriflecoffee.com. Put in the promotion code primetime, get your 20%.
One of a kind, prime time is the go.
Welcome back to 21st and Prime. Oh, man. Boy, I could have stayed there and listened to you and Jerry talk. Wow. And then again, bringing it back to peace and that was just a fascinating conversation.
It is. I mean, his whole family, very impressive.
Yeah.
Whole family run business,
Yes.
black-owned business. And just the stories of Jerry at Mississippi Valley and his HBCU stories, it gets me excited about the future. It really does. I enjoyed the 1 year we had. I wish to God we could have played more.
I don't know if Michael Irvin would kind of.
No, but they never.
No. Well,
They
you
never offered me a contract.
Right.
I don't think people know that. They never offered me a contract. After Defensive Player of the Year,
Yeah.
Super Bowl,
Turned
they
it.
never offered me a contract.
Got it away from Dallas.
Yeah, never offered me a contract.
Interesting. But Jerry, he found the right message. He found the right message.
True that.
Remember, swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also, we want you to subscribe on our YouTube channel. So wherever you consume podcasts. And by the way, holiday merch is out there. I mean, you get all.
That's
Can
a
we
nice
get the
merch.
gold whistle on?
No, they ain't on
the
that.
gold
They ain't on
whistle
that.
is not on
We
there.
get your knockoff though.
We'll,
It may not blow.
We'll talk.
I'm saying the whistle.
I know.
You got a nasty mind, dog. I'm talking about the whistle may not blow.
That's going to do it for this edition of 21st and
My
Prime.
whistle actually works.
Coach Prime in the house at Jackson State
You got a
University.
nasty mind.
I know, I'm sorry.
You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time.